Hi guys, it's Miss Persaud here. I just want to say that I miss you all so much. I hope that you're all keeping well and safe, and I hope that your families are keeping well and safe too. Please eat lots of fruits, vegetables, drink plenty of water, get as much exercise as you can, and get plenty of rest, okay? I thought I'd begin by reading a nice little story to you all. I'm not going to ask any questions. This is just going to be me reading a short little story, and then when I start to read other stories to you, then I will start to ask questions to help develop your English further. But the story that I picked for us today is The Lion King. See if you can see that. Okay, so the sun rose over the African plain, just as it had done every morning since the beginning of time. But this morning was special. Across the vast Pride lands, herds of animals journeyed to Pride Rock to celebrate the birth of King Mufasa and Queen Sarabi's son. Rafiki, the wise old baboon, carried the lion cub to the edge of the rock and held him up high. Zebras, antelopes, giraffes and elephants all knelt before their new prince, Simba. But one animal, Mufasa's brother, Scar, was too angry to celebrate. If Simba had not been born, Scar would have been next in line to be king. He was determined to be king somehow. When Simba grew a little older, Mufasa held him back to the top of Pride Rock. "Simba, look," said Mufasa, as the sun edged over the horizon. "Everything the light touches is part of our kingdom. A king's time as a ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day the sun will set on my time here and rise with you as the new king." "And this will be all mine! Wow!" said Simba, looking around. "But what about that shadowy place?" "That is beyond our borders," warned Mufasa. "You must never go there, Simba." Simba was in awe of the land. He knew he'd make a great king one day. Okay, it's a little picture for you. There you go. There's Simba, and there's his dad Mufasa. Okay. Just then Zazu, the king's helper, arrived with the morning report. "Sire," he said to Mufasa, "hyenas have crossed into the Pride lands." This was business that needed his attention, so Mufasa sent Simba home and swiftly ran the dark shapes into a distance. Simba saw Scar sunning himself on a rock. "Hey, Uncle Scar!" Simba cried. He was still excited after his talk with Mufasa. "My dad just showed me the whole kingdom and I'm going to rule it all." Simba's words gave Scar an idea. Maybe he could trick the cub into going to a dangerous place. "Did your father show you what's beyond the border?" Scar asked Simba. "No," said Simba. "He said I can't go there." "He's absolutely right," Scar replied, grinning slyly. "Only the bravest of lions go there. An elephant graveyard is no place for a young prince." "An elephant what?" said Simba. "Wow!" Simba remembered his father's warning. But wouldn't Dad be proud of such a brave cub? Of course he would, thought Simba. So he decided to go, and he asked his friend Nala to join him. When Simba's mother saw the two cubs going off to play, she sent Zazu along to keep an eye on them. But Simba and Nala scampered across the plain so fast that soon Zazu was trailing behind. Oh dear. So there's Scar and Simba. Okay. Happy to be free of Zazu, Simba leapt toward Nala. Playfully, she flipped Simba onto his back. They continued to wrestle until the two cubs tumbled down a hill and landed with a thud. They were startled to find a huge elephant skull right next to them. "Let's check it out," said Simba. But before they had a chance, Zazu caught up and scolded them. Suddenly, 3 hyenas popped out of the skull. Flashing their sharp teeth, the hyenas raced after the cubs and trapped them inside the bones of an elephant's ribcage. Then Out of nowhere, a giant paw smacked the hyenas and sent them flying onto a pile of bones. The paw belonged to Mufasa. "If you ever come near my son again," warned the mighty lion without finishing his threat. Mufasa sent Nala and Zazu home so he could talk to Simba alone. "Being brave doesn't mean you go looking for trouble," Mufasa told his mischievous cub. Overhead, bright stars began to dot the evening sky. "We'll always be together, right?" Simba asked his father. "Simba, let me tell you what my father told me," Mufasa replied. He gestured towards the sky as he began to speak. "Look at the stars. The great kings of the past looked down on us from those stars. They will always be there to guide you, and so will I." Okay, so here's a picture of the hyenas, very quickly. There you go. Okay. Scar's plan to get rid of Simba had failed, but he had another idea. The next day, Scar said to Simba, "Your father has a surprise for you." Scar led the cub down a steep gorge where a herd of wildebeests were stampeding. Simba clung fearfully to a branch to escape the dangerous hooves. Suddenly, Mufasa appeared and snatched his son away to safety. As Mufasa tried to climb up the gorge, the rocky walls started to crumble. Mufasa reached out to his brother, but instead of helping him, Scar let the mighty king fall. Mufasa was gone. "Run away, Simba, and never return," yelled Scar. Simba ran, and Scar sent the hyenas to chase him. With Mufasa gone, and the belief that Simba would be gone too, Scar went to Pride Rock to take over the kingdom. But Simba was alive. The hyenas had been too scared to follow him through some thorns. Exhausted, Simba fell asleep. When he awoke, he saw a friendly meerkat named Timon and a fun-loving warthog named Pumbaa. With nowhere else to go, Simba went home with them. So I'll show you the pictures. There you go. Okay, so there's Pumbaa. So this is Pumbaa the warthog, and the other one's Timon the meerkat. Okay. In the company of his new friends, Simba grew up to be a young lion. One night, while they gazed at the stars, Simba said, "Someone once told me that great kings of the past are up there watching over us." Pumbaa and Timon laughed. "Who told you a crazy thing like that?" Timon asked. Simba, thinking of his father, was silent. The next day, Simba heard a call for help. Pumbaa was caught beneath the trunk of a fallen tree, and Timon was trying to protect him from a young, hungry lioness. To Simba's surprise, the lioness was Nala. "Everyone thinks you're dead," Nala said. But you're alive. That means you're the king." Nala told Simba that Scar had let the hyenas take over the Pride lands. Everything was destroyed. There was no food and no water. "Simba, if you don't do something soon, everyone will starve," Nala pleaded. But Simba refused. He liked having no responsibilities. "You're not the Simba I remember," Nala said sadly as Simba walked away. Okay. So here's another picture. Okay. That night, while the others slept, Simba gazed up at the twinkling sky. "I won't go back," he said. "It won't change anything." Suddenly, the wise baboon Rafiki appeared. "Who are you?" Simba asked. "The question is, who are you?" said Rafiki. When Simba didn't answer, Rafiki added, "I know your father." The old baboon led Simba to a clear, smooth pool and told him to look down. Simba stared at the pool and his father's face appeared. "You see," said Rafiki, "he lives in you." Simba lifted his eyes and saw the image of his father in the stars. "Remember who you are, Simba," said his father's image. "You are my son and the one true king." Then his father was gone. Simba sat alone on a rock, thinking. When Nala, Timon and Pumbaa woke up the next morning, they looked all over for Simba. "You won't find him here," Rafiki told them. "The king has returned!" The three friends hurried towards the Pride Lands. Ahead of them, Simba had already reached Pride Rock. The once beautiful homeland was now in ruins. Something needed to be done quickly. Simba looked for his mother and found her quarrelling with Scar. "This is my kingdom!" Simba roared. "Step down, Scar!" So it's a picture of Simba talking to Mufasa, his father, and there's Rafiki the baboon. Okay. Scar was shocked that his nephew was still alive. He didn't waste any time trying to keep Simba away. He quickly sent the hyenas after Simba. They chased Simba off Pride Rock and left him clinging to the edge. Gathering all his strength, Simba leapt towards his uncle. Simba chased Scar off Pride Rock. This time, Scar clung to the edge. Run away and never return," Simba commanded Scar. But instead, Scar lunged at Simba. Simba had no choice but to hurl him off the cliff. This time, it was Scar who was gone. Under King Simba's rule, the Pride Lands flourished. The herds returned to graze. The food was plentiful once more. Everyone felt lucky to have Simba as their king. Soon, the animals gathered again to celebrate the birth of the king's daughter. Simba and Nala watched proudly as Rafiki held the cub high over Pride Rock. There were good times ahead of everyone in the land. Okay. The end. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that, and I hope you all still managed to keep safe and well, and I will be back with another video for you guys soon. Okay, take care until then.